Hello, this is Nicole with Angelic Therapy and Healing, bringing you a general reading for the week of Monday, June 12th through Sunday, June 18th. Yes, you are going to get your general weekly reading. When I was praying and preparing, I did ask them if they're going to throw a loop my way and throw me off the plan when we get started like they did last week, but they are not going to. So you are going to get your general reading this week. Thank you for your patience. I know that last week's reading was just it was changed once it got started in the recording, and it was only for twin flames, although hopefully you did listen to the initial information. I think there was like 25 minutes of it about the full moon. So hopefully you listened to that. Hopefully that prepared you for what was to happen last week with the full moon, because it was going to be pretty big for everybody. So hopefully that did assist you to help you more gracefully navigate through the stuff that was happening last week with that Sagittarius full moon. So we are going to be doing a general reading, and also for those of you that are interested, I am, in case you wonder why the table looks similar, I'm actually pre-recording a couple weeks of your readings because I'm going to be on vacation for a couple weeks in June, mid-June, and then at the end heading into and past the 4th. So don't worry, the messages will be accurate and spot on. That's the way it works when I pray and prepare and shuffle the cards. I'm talking and asking for what messages they want you to have for that week. So, you know, I could record a message 2 months in advance, and if you give them the specific week, that will be the information that they want to talk about. It's amazing how accurate they are for the time frame that, you know, I'll ask about. So you may notice the table looks the same, but these are to get you your messages. But with that being said, I am, you know, not going to be responding to comments and such. I will be at places where I can post your videos, which is why I'm recording them in advance. I will post them while I'm traveling. Please keep commenting. I will eventually get to your comments and respond and get back to you. It just isn't going to be during the time that I'm traveling that quick, because I'm going to be having fun with my family. And this is our family vacation that we've had planned for about a year. So if you leave any comments, don't worry, I'll get back with you at some point when I get home. Don't be discouraged by that. For those of you that are new to the channel, welcome, glad to have you here. Would love to have any comments that you have. And the last piece with that is the subscriptions. I am going to still be giving away the 3 15-minute free readings. Randomly going to select people of the subscribers when we hit 10,000 subscribers. So what's likely going to happen is when I'm on vacation, we're going to probably hit 10,000 subscribers because we're pretty close, and I'm going to be leaving in less than a week. So at the point that you guys are getting this reading, I'm going to be gone. I will be out of town the week that you guys are listening to this reading. So when you see that, oh my gosh, there's 10,000 subscribers, why hasn't Nicole pulled any winners for the free readings? Don't worry, because I'm not going to be doing a reading until I get, let me think of dates. So I'm going to pre-record clear up through the 25th. So if you're interested to find out if you were one of the people that was selected, listen to the weekly reading for Monday, beginning Monday, June 25th. That's when I will announce who the winners are. So, because everything else is going to be pre-recorded till then, so I can enjoy my travels. So keep your fingers crossed if you're a subscriber that you may be selected. If you are not a subscriber and you are a new person to the channel, glad to have you here. If you want to potentially be selected to win a free 15-minute reading with me, go ahead and click subscribe, and that will get you entered to win. So let's go ahead and get started. Enough of the administrative stuff. We are going to do 4 cards today. For those of you that are interested, I'm going to be pulling from John Holland's Psychic Tarot deck. Also going to be pulling from Doreen Virtue's Mother Mary deck. I'm going to pull at the end an Angel Answer card from her deck, from her Angel Answer deck as well. I do have my Gilded Lenormands prepared. Prayed over them, shuffled them. All the cards prayed, shuffled, asked that you all receive at least one message. Now, remember, this is for a large number of people, so you may find that only one message resonates with you because it's not a personal reading. But when I prepare, I do ask that you all at least get one. So hopefully something in here will help you with your journey. Let me make sure you guys can see that. Outstanding. We can even move them down a little bit. Then I don't have to lift them up. I like it. So what we have, Allie, get down. What we have is, my puppy wants to help with your reading, by the way. She's kind of cute. Sometimes I'll have cards laid out when I'm talking to clients on the phone. I'll wrap up their reading and I'll get up, go to the kitchen, and I come back and she's sprawled out on the table looking like she's giving it. So she's wanting to help you guys today. Okay, so situation, we have the recent past, we have what you are unaware of, and what the angels are recommending that you do this week. So interestingly, they're all three cards are, they're from, what in traditional tarot, this would actually be Pentacles coins. It's actually in his deck, it's the red cards. But they all would be coins, they would all be pentacles. And that is, you know, tied to prosperity, finances, money, material gain, material loss, business. But for a number of you, this is going to be tied to love. I know, it's deceiving, right? You see all these coins and money, and then it's not where all the messages are going to be focused on. Okay, but the first card, this is your situation, and you have prosperity begins. Hopefully you can see that you've got two hands supporting, resting on each other. You've got a little peach tree, you've got the root. Strong root, strongly founded. This card is, it really is all about, you know, new beginnings, fresh starts. It's typically talks about, you know, new beginnings in business, work, career, money, financial prosperity. And it can also talk about how the new beginning is within reach, very close, you're on the brink of it. Because of all your hard work and the things that you have done, the investments that you've made, the preparations that you've done. You know, when talking about work, it cannot be, you know, you've had to do a lot of education, training. You've really worked hard to work your way up the chain, but because of the work, because of the things that you have done, you're going to have a very beneficial outcome. And to expect the best, envision the best, know that it's going to turn out well, know that it's going to be successful. Feel it, know it, believe it, trust it. Because for those of you this week, you have a new situation that has just recently come about. For some of you, it was a situation that was like on the brink. It was something that was of consideration for a while, that you've got these two pillars here. So for some of you, this new beginning, so could be work, could be a new career, could be a new position, could be a new love. But it was something that you had already been considering. For some of you, although it was something that you could do, you really weren't pursuing it because you were pursuing a different path. You were pursuing a different person. You were pursuing a different career. But it was there because it was one of the two things that you were trying to choose between. But something has happened that has shifted your perspective, made you change your choice, change your decision. But now you're on the right path. So for some of you, something came up unexpectedly, brought this decision to a head. You had to make the decision. You've made the decision. There's still some angst, some worry about it. But it's the right choice. It's actually the decision that's going to bring you the things that you desire. So for some of you, maybe you wanted to change career fields, but you thought, okay, I don't really know if that's the right career field for me. It's completely different from what I've ever been doing. So maybe you've been in finance, maybe you've been in accounting your whole career, and you're like, okay, I just feel driven to move to marketing. I want to move to marketing. I want to communicate. I want to get out there. I want to create visuals and products and do things with communications. Totally different from what you've ever done. You've sat in a corner crunching numbers for years. So you stayed with crunching the numbers for years because you were comfortable with that. That's what you've always done. That's what you've invested years in doing. You've worked your way up the ladder a bit on it, so you just stuck with that. Meanwhile, the light was shining on what you really wanted to do. but because of fear, you weren't doing that. But you've had something come about that has put you now on the path, because you are. For those of you that had to make this choice, it was divinely guided. You see, you've got this illumination. So for those of you, this was a change. Although you wanted things to be better, you want prosperity, you want abundance, you want happiness, you want things to be firmly rooted, to grow, blossom. It isn't what you envisioned. It wasn't the thing that you were kind of steering away from that direction, steering away from that choice. But it was divinely guided, divinely led. Something unexpected came up. You had to make that decision. You now are on the path. It is a change. It is a different way of doing things. For some, it's a different person. But it is firmly rooted. It is going to bear fruit. It is what's going to lead to success, lead to happiness, lead to these things that you desire. It's just you're going through a bit of a change, a bit of a transition with it right now, because this is the recent past. And it's number 8. And it says positive movement forward. And you see this person is in a little boat by themselves. They're sailing off into the sun. It's number 8. 8 is eternal love. It's the infinity symbol. So this is divinely led. And this card talks all about, you know, having the abilities, having the gifts, having everything that you need to move forward in a different direction, to move forward in a new direction, because sometimes we won't move forward with a new partner. Sometimes we won't move forward starting our own business. So we will hesitate to physically move. We will hesitate to change careers, change companies, because we're fearful of, okay, well, what if I don't have what it takes? What if it's not going to work out? What if it's not going to turn into this tree that bears abundance and fruit? But this card it's all about prosperity. It's all about abundance. It's divinely guided, divinely led. And it also talks about something unexpected. So for some of you, you had a relationship. See how it's just him in that boat? He's in the boat by himself. He's got this dark stuff behind him. So for some of you, it could be you had this relationship with someone you had been knowing for a long time that you needed to move in a new direction. For some of you, move forward with someone else. But you couldn't let that person go because you were comfortable with them, you invested a lot with them. Couldn't let them go. But then one day, you got this aha and this epiphany. They're saying last week. Okay. Last week we had the full moon in Sagittarius on June 9th, which is all about truth. So some of you received some information that was hidden, that was kept from you. The truth was revealed. Illumination came upon some secrets, some things that were kept from you. And for some of you, you were like, that's it. I'm grabbing my stuff. I don't care. I'm leaving everything behind me. I'm leaving the house behind me. You can have the house. You can have the dog. You can have the cars. I don't care. I'm over it. Throwing your stuff in your little ship to sail to a brighter direction, into a brighter direction, something new. And dropped everything. But it was divinely guided, divinely led, and it is what's going to bring you ultimate happiness, prosperity. It's going to bring the things that you desire. Because you're now going to be able to build a foundation. You're going to be able to grow roots on a solid foundation. So for those of you that this abrupt change came in, it wasn't built on a solid foundation. It was built on a faulty foundation. Things were not as they seemed, which came to light for many of you during the full moon, which is why you had to make an abrupt decision to move in a different direction, move in the opposite direction, move away. But you're moving in the direction that you are destined to go in, so you are guaranteed success, which is a beautiful thing. Now, what you are unaware of is you have 7, patience, and planning. Now 7 is a number, angels often talk to us through numbers. There's also numerology tied to tarot cards, but 7 is all about being on your path, being on your divine path, doing what you're meant to be doing, being with who you're meant to be with. It's really things that are divinely guided. Oftentimes will feel like they're out of our control, but because they're divinely guided, they are blessings. It is the path we are meant to be on. Because sometimes we will just stumble and fumble, everything will go wrong because we're on the wrong path. So for those of you in the situation, you were on the wrong path. You were with the wrong person, you were doing the wrong job. They were trying to evolve you, take you to the next step, take you to the next level, get you on the right path. And you have these 2 pillars. You have all different 4 seasons in there. So for some of you, you're not aware of it, but this ending is something that has now gone full circle. So although you had to remove yourself from that person or situation, all the karma, everything that was tied to that is now over. Now this card, in just its true meaning, this card talks about obviously patience and letting go of control of things, planning, putting together action steps, you know, taking the time to reevaluate our goals. What is it that we want? And it's not just reevaluating our goals financially, it's reevaluating our goals with regards to love. But taking the time to look at those, review them, really analyze, okay, what is it that I truly want to have a successful future, to have the things that I desire. And then taking the time to look at things in the past, you know, what worked, what didn't work. Reflect on that, how to change things, how to move forward. Now, they're saying that some of you, okay. So some of you are very frustrated. This is again a card that's what you're unaware of. You know, what you need to know, what you're unaware of. So you feel as though you put a lot of planning, a lot of work, a lot of effort into this relationship that fell apart, or this career situation that fell apart. You feel like, you know, you've got the 4 seasons here. You feel like, you know, there was a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of blood, sweat, effort. You just put everything into this, and it literally came crashing down. And it came crashing down very abruptly. But for those of you that this came crashing down, you knew it was going to come down because this was divinely guided. So you were getting a lot of signs and synchronicities that this was not the right person for you. This was not the right job for you, that you were supposed to be doing something else, starting your own business. You're supposed to be with someone else. You don't say you ignored the signs, but you did ignore the signs because they're saying you kept putting off making that choice. So it was a choice. It was a choice between 2 people, or a choice between leaving this person and being alone, or a choice, sorry if you're seeing these little bugs. My flowers brought in a bunch of bugs today. So they're back outside now. But you had this choice. You kept putting it off. You did not want to make the choice. You didn't want to make a choice between 2 people. You didn't want to make a choice between being single or staying with a person that you've been with for years. You didn't want to make the choice about finally taking that leap of faith into a new career, starting your own business. So you stayed in a place of stagnation, which was a place that you were not meant to be. For some, could very well be because you're like, you know what? I have put so much money and effort into this. This is going to work. And for others, it was because you were just comfortable. That was comfortable. That's easy. It doesn't rock the boat. But you're meant for something greater. You're destined for something greater, which is why God, angels, the divine, they came in and they ripped that stuff away. So that person that you were continuing to hold on to, they've removed that person. There were some things revealed, some truths revealed that finally made you say, that's it, I'm out of here. Deuces. Same thing with career. If it's a career situation, something came to light to rattle that, remove you from being anchored into that workplace, that career field, to get you moving forward. You pulled your anchor up so you can leave, but you're going to something better. But what you're not aware of is, because you've not been able to see it yet, this decision, this changing directions, is your destiny. It is what is going to bring you happiness and fulfillment. It is built on a solid foundation. So for some of you, it's going to be a new partnership that you can count on, that is built on loyalty, faithfulness, honesty, trust, unconditional love. For those of you that is career related, you're going to be in a career that actually is satisfying. You enjoy going to work. Because for those of you that had to change careers, you were miserable in the job that you've been doing for a very long time because it wasn't your path, that didn't bring you joy. You had to force yourself to go there. And for something that you do for 8+ hours a day, you don't have to force yourself to go there. So that's why they stepped in. Because they were trying to get you to make this decision for a very long time. Those who knew the situation, they were trying to get you to make this decision for months and some for even years. But you were not taking the leap of faith. So at some point when we are destined for greatness, we are destined for a change, if we put off making that decision for so long, the divine just steps in. And that's what they did. Right now you're kind of upset about it, because it was abrupt, it was very quick, unexpected, even though you knew it was coming, but you just kind of kept hoping you could stall, put it off a little bit longer. But bam, they dropped the axe and that was done. But it's a good thing. It's a blessing. This is like the sun. If you look at traditional tarot cards, the sun is all about happiness, dreams being fulfilled, success, joy, bliss, really opening your arms up to the sun, embracing all these gifts from heaven and divine that are coming into you. You have gifts that are coming into you now. Stepping away from that person, embracing a new relationship, starting a new career. Whatever area it is for you, that leap of faith is going to bring you happiness. This is where the good stuff starts. And the one is all about new beginnings. But you have to have some enthusiasm, because some of you are still pretty upset about it. This is the card that's what to do. And if you can read the bottom of it, it says, sorry, our lighting is going downhill because it is about to storm here in Ohio. Let me get this wrapped up so you guys don't have to hear it. It says, whatever I am most passionate about is the direction I follow. So because you didn't want to make this decision for whatever reason, you kept putting it off, you kept stalling, and it was brought on you so abruptly, you're lacking the joy, you're lacking the excitement, you're lacking the passion. Because you don't see yet that that's actually what's going to bring you your happiness. Because you're still so very early on in the transition. Because for many of you, this literally happened last week. Right now, you're still kind of in a state of shock. Like, what in the heck just happened? I mean, I had a feeling I should do that. I mean, they've been, hitting me over the head with signs for months. But, I thought that they'd let me do that if and when I decided to. And then they just came in and kicked the stool out of underneath me, and I am not pleased. I am not pleased. What happened with free will? Be grateful. Be thankful. This is what's going to bring you joy. This is what's going to bring you happiness. See how this is all dark and murky? Look at this. That's where you've been. You've been in a state of sadness, a state of despair, hopelessness for some of you, depression. You've been miserable in that job. You've been miserable with that person. You've also, they're saying for some of you that this is love related, you felt, even though you were with someone, you still felt isolated and alone because there wasn't true connection. That person was not your sun, your sunshine. That career didn't make your heart sing. You're leaving this for that. It's a blessing. But embrace it. because it's going to bring you happiness. It's going to bring you bliss. It's going to bring you joy. And also for some of you, it's going to, when you start to see the signs that this is a good thing, it's a blessing. It really is. It's like a blessing in disguise. You think it's a loss, but it's actually a gift. But when you see that, and you start to see those things, it's going to lift your enthusiasm. It's going to help you also have the courage that you need to take some other steps, because some of you need to take some other action steps that they've been trying to get you to do for a while. But fear has kept you from doing those. But as you start to see that, oh, okay, this is good. I like being freed from this prison. I kind of like it. I can move around. Okay, I can see that things are going to get a little better. You're going to have the courage and the excitement to do other things, because you're going to realize, oh my gosh, I can actually be happy again. I can do something I love. I can do something I enjoy. I can be in a relationship with someone who actually loves me in return, who's not lying to me, who's deceiving, someone that I don't have to constantly question. What are their motives? What is their intent? I can truly open up and connect and bear myself and not worry about being judged or having my house of cards fall down on me again. But they're saying be excited, be happy, be joyful. Let your hope and your faith come back. Let those dreams come back. Smile. Come back into a state of enthusiasm. Because for some of you, the situation was so bleak and dark for a very long time that you have lost your faith and hope. You lost your faith in humanity and people and relationships. So for those of you, this relationship, you thought, okay, I'm never going to find love. This is miserable, but this is all I keep getting. This is it. No, you're meant for something better. Some of you thinking, okay, I'm going to be stuck in this dead-end job forever because, well, it pays the bills, and I'm so worried that if I venture out to do something that I love, I'm going to be too poor. I'm not going to be able to take care of myself. But you're going to find that it's even more financially rewarding than the job you left, and the career you left. They're bringing you to better things. They really are. But that faith that you lost because of the job going nowhere, the relationship going nowhere, it's dampened your spirit. It's made you think that, okay, well, that's as good as it's going to get. But just wait, because it's going to get so much better. And it's going to now get better because you finally let that person go. You finally let that job go. And now you can move forward into happiness and bliss. But you do have to embrace this new beginning. You see how she's like talking to the baby and clapping joyfully, probably getting the baby to giggle. Babies are all representative of a new beginning. You have a new beginning. This is a new birth for you. New love. New career. It's something to celebrate. Open up to it. Embrace it. Be enthusiastic about this change. Be grateful for this change. Instead of, they're saying for some of you, you're just kind of like, pardon my French, just pissed off and angry. You are. But to start to see things moving forward at a rapid pace instead of a snail pace, you do have to shift your perspective. This is a gift for you. God can't bring you something 100 times better than what you've been tolerating until you let go of what you've been tolerating. Because you have to make the space for the new. So they have taken away the old to make space for this new beginning. Embrace it. They're going to restore your faith in people and your hope, and they're actually going to kind of blow you away with some blessings that are coming in. Okay, let's do some quick clarifiers. We will do across the board. We'll do these first three. Ooh, our light's getting even worse. Oh, hopefully you guys can see these. Okay, prosperity. Okay, so you have, first card is choice. Actually, let me turn on another light. Well, we'll see. If it gets darker, I'll get up and turn on another light, which typically makes the glare worse. Okay. So the choice. This is all about decisions, choices that we have to make. A choice of going in one direction or the other direction, but having to make that choice. Coming to a point where a choice has to be made. And then you have the fish. And fish are all about, you know, abundance, prosperity. They often will talk about, you know, resources and money, you know, or just what you place your value in. Because for some, they place their value on money. Others place their value on relationships. But this was an important decision that held a lot of value to you. For some, it is about career, finances. Others, it was about love. But the choice came to a head because of secrets. And this is the book. And the book is all about secrets, things that are known, things that are hidden from you. Something that, you know, somebody needs to know, something that someone needs to reveal, something that someone needs to discover. So you had this choice that you've needed to make for quite some time. And it isn't a small choice, it's a big choice. And there goes the dogs. They don't like storms. Let's get you guys wrapped up so you don't have to hear them. Shh. It's okay. It's okay. Jesus is just moving his furniture. Stop. Okay. You had a choice that you need to make. Very big decision and choice. Work, love. You had some secrets that were revealed. What came about to force you to make that decision is some stuff was revealed to you. It was revealed for many last week when we had that full moon. Now, let's put these here. Now, that's funny. Okay, so you start off with the heart. You have these two swans here. It's all about feelings, emotion, passion, devotion, love, a monogamous relationship, requited love, enduring love, eternal love, a divine love. And then you go into the stars. And the stars, girls. Sorry, the puppies are getting all anxious. Star is all about, you know, a new path of exploration, you know, wishing upon a star, the arrival of a new prospect that will have our dreams come true, something that is worth thanking our lucky stars, a blessing, wish fulfillment coming true. And then we have the moon. And the moon is all about intuition. It's also about love and romance and our psychic abilities. So, again, this is the recent past. So in the recent past, many of you had something come up with regards to love. During the full moon, that's actually a blessing in disguise. And for some of you, this changed in a new direction. So for some of you, they're saying you had to choose between two people. But this other person, this shift in this new direction is also, it's a blessing. But the information that forced the choice was around the full moon. But again, you've been receiving a lot of intuitive information because this is a divine. For those of you that this is love, this is a divine love. Again, it's shifting your perspective because this change is going to bring you true love. You had to leave what you thought was true love, but it wasn't. It was built on a faulty foundation. It was not firmly rooted. Actually, let's put this one on top. And last, patience and planning. Okay, so you start off with the stork, 17. And stork is all about movements, upgrades, improvements, a new family addition. It can also be a new state of evolution. And then you go into the mice, and mice are, they sneak in the night, they eat your snacks. But they are very destructive. They destroy things. This card's also a lot of time related to stress and worry and anxiety. Destruction. And the last one is the anchor. And the anchor is, it's your stability, it's your security. Now the thing is, earlier they were talking about how you lost your faith in humanity. This is also like a traditional, this could be a sign of, or a symbol of hope, or faith. But it's the card that comes right before the death card in this deck. So for some of you, you had this foundation built that you thought, so for some of you, you had built a family with someone, or you were in the process of building a family with someone. But it was totally destroyed with this information that came in. And that anchor was totally ripped up. You see, it's very emotional. Turbulent waters. But okay. So what they're saying is, so for some of you, because you're still not seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, you thought that this person, even though it wasn't, or the situation, the workplace situation, you built something with them. You thought that was going to be firmly rooted. You thought that was going to move forward, but it didn't. And for many of you, it had a bunch of false starts. Like it would start and stop and start and stop and start and stop for years. But for those of you that this was a relationship, it was a very ugly relationship. It's not a divine relationship. It's not so when you deal with relationships, especially with like twin flames, twin souls, they're not mean and hurtful and ugly and cruel to each other. Twins just don't do that. So for those of you, it's not a divine relationship because it was ugly, it was cruel. It was very, very, very hurtful. But you stuck with it because you thought, okay, well, I've built my nest with this person. I'm in this together with them. But it was totally destroyed. Because it's not who you're meant to be with. That is not your anchor. That person is not your rock. That's not your stability. That is what you are not aware of. And for many of you, you had a lot of the, because this was intuition signs. You had a lot of signs. You just didn't want to hear them. Which is why the divine, you see this bird swooped in. This is what the divine swooped in and pulled your anchor up. Because it was time for you to move forward and move away from this person for some situation. But now's the time you need to embrace it because it's actually good. It's actually going to turn things around for you. Now, real quick, let's pull one angel answer card. So think of a question if there's something that was not answered during the reading, or just think of a question, see what they tell you. Okay, ready? In the near future. And give me a second, I will read that from the book. Okay. What you are asking about will occur very soon. So you won't have to wait much longer. Stay optimistic and continue upon your current path. Be open to receiving. So this current path that they put you on, which is this new path, which is this change that you're just kind of mad and not happy about because it came in unexpectedly, it's going to bear fruit. It's going to be beautiful. It is a blessing. It's a blessing in disguise. So embrace it. Because you are about to receive something way better than you've ever had. And you're going to be blown away by it. So embrace it. So hopefully that helps everyone. I do wish you all an amazing week filled with lots of love, joy, and blessings.